Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial, and I'm going to show you how I achieve this look and how to do makeup on textured skin. So if you're new here, my name is Velma Asola, and without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. So my client decided to shape her own eyebrow, so I didn't have much to work with. So I'm not outlining the eyebrow, I will just fill in the spaces. Then I will go ahead and clean the brow bone using a Legal Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. Then I will go ahead and clean the front of the brow using a Legal Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I will then take a clean brush and evenly distribute the product all over the lid. For the upper part of the brow, I am using her foundation shade and just following the shape of her eyebrow. I will also take a clean brush and blend out the excess product, and I did the other eyebrow off camera. And now moving on to the eye, I'm just applying the Legal Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn as my eyeshadow base. And I am now powdering them to make it matte, so you can use a finishing or a loose powder, whichever you have. Makeup doesn't have rules, so when I do a smoky eye, I normally start with the lid going to the crease. Using the Closer Pretty palette, I will go in with the shade Gamma Ray, which is black, and I will spread it all over the lid. For the transition shade, I will go in with the reddish color, which is Moon Dust, and blend out the two shades completely to get rid of any harsh lines. I took a dark brownish shade and blended out the brow bone. Make sure you go back and forth with the brushes to get a seamless finish. I will go ahead and repeat the same procedure on this other eye. When you're done blending, that's basically it. I applied mascara off camera and now I'm applying false lashes. This is the simplest smoky eye, and you can achieve it using only two shades. For me, I wanted a brownish transition from the reddish shade. That's why I added that second transition shade. So for the skin, you need to be very careful, especially when you're dealing with sensitive skin. So I'm just wiping off any dirt or any fallout before moving on to applying moisturizer. And I am using the Nivea Even Tone Mattifying Day Cream, which has SPF. So if you have an oily skin, this is the perfect moisturizer for you. If you don't normally moisturize your skin before priming, I will advise you to start doing it, and you will see a very big difference on how the makeup sits. Also, if you're dealing with sensitive skin or any type of skin, always make sure each and every step you use a clean applicator, whether it's a brush, whether it's a beauty blender. Make sure it's always clean as you move on to the next step. Protecting the skin is the goal, so that's why we always do a skin prep. It doesn't matter whether you're using the most expensive product, you need to protect your skin first. Using clean fingers, I am now priming the face, and I am using a Legal Pro Primer, which is also matte. So a little knowledge that I have: if you have an oily skin, you're always prone to acne. So most of the people who have sensitive skin have oily skin, and it's a result of oil glands in the skin producing very large amount of oil on the surface during the day and the night. Another thing, taking care of your skin is not all about the product that you're using. Also watch what you're consuming. Moving to the foundation, I am using Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 360, which is Mocha. I am using a clean foundation brush to blend out the product, and normally I prefer using a beauty blender, but because she has a textured skin and also have some breakouts, I need the product to be evenly distributed, and a brush does the job perfectly. So when I'm done distributing it with a brush, I will go in with a beauty blender to get that perfect blend. The reason why I love using a beauty blender is because it doesn't leave a patchy finish. Also, when applying foundation, make sure you don't get the product under the eye, because we will highlight the T-zone area, and if you apply a lot of product, you're most likely to have a cakey finish. Moving on to highlighting, I am using a Legal Pro concealer in the shade Fawn, and I'm just applying it under the eye, and this time I will apply the product as I blend it out. When it comes to blending the product under the eye, take your time. You can even take 30 minutes blending out the product, but at the end of the day, we are avoiding creasing. Now, if you don't blend out the product well, when you go back to powdering, the creases will be very visible and you won't have that flawless finish. So please, please, please take your time in blending out the product under the eye. And to get rid of the harsh lines, you can go back with the side that you applied foundation with and blend out the product. I will then apply the product on the other areas that light reflects on our skin. Using the Zical powder palette, I will go in with the darkest shade, which is Noir, and because I am going for a mild contour, I will use very less product. I will contour areas where I see shade on our skin, and that is the cheekbone, the forehead area, the jawline, and I will also contour the nose. This time round, I'm not using loose powder to set the highlight. I'm going in with the finishing powder, and I'm still using the Zical powder palette in the shade Golden Bronze, and I will apply the product on areas which I highlighted rather on areas which I applied concealer. And now I'm just contouring the nose, and I'm applying very little product. So for blush, I am using the Girl Blush palette, and I will apply the product on the apples of the cheek. Using the same brush, I will go ahead and apply highlight on the cheekbone to add a little definition. I will also apply it on the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose, and also on the brow bone. I decided to add it a little bit on the corner of the eye. Moving on to the lips, my client doesn't like bold lips, so I am just outlining them following their natural shape. Then I will apply lip gloss. Using the Black Davis eye pencil, I am going to outline the waterline. To pop the look a little bit, I am now going in with the black eyeshadow that I use, and I will smoke out the lower lid. And finally, I will lock in the look using a setting spray. Thank you so much for the love and support. I really don't take it for granted. And if you're new here, make sure you go and watch my previous videos. Until the next one.